from rainwater. It seems it's a concrete block wall in the basement, and it seems to be seeping through the wall from the outside.
And, of course, I probably, calling like everybody else, have water in my basement from this last rain, and I need for somebody to come look at it and give me an estimate on it.
Calling from school, and I need someone to come out and give us an estimate about, we have an area in our cinder block wall that during heavy rainstorms tends to get moisture, and then we end up with some mildew and stuff going on.
Hi, how are you? I currently have a problem with my basement. There's some water basically coming out of, the floor.
I was wondering if I could get someone to come out to the house tomorrow and check out a basement water problem.
Hi, I live up in, and I got a little bit of water coming in my basement, and I want to get someone to come in and check it out.
Yes, I need to have somebody come out and check our basement wall. There's a couple of spots where it's wet and it's coming down, and there's a little bit of water on our basement floor.
Hi, I've got a problem with some water in my basement, and I want to have someone down and take a look and give me an estimate about what might be to fix it.
I need to try to set up a appointment for someone to come out and give me an estimate as quick as you can.
Calling for my mother. She has some leakage in her basement, water leaking from the past rains and stuff, and I was wondering if somebody can come out and take a look at it for an estimate.
I'm looking to see if I could get somebody out to give me an estimate on waterproofing a basement wall.
Sometimes it comes down on the walls. Mostly it comes through the lolly columns, and it comes through the basement floor itself.
Yes, I was wondering if I could get somebody, I'm having some water problems in my basement, if I could get somebody to come over and maybe take a look and see if, give me an estimate of what I need to do.
And we're interested in having someone come out and take a look at our basement and talk with us about some repairs and, things that we need to do to ensure waterproofing.
There's a lot of dampness in the basement, a lot of water, and I guess my husband and I are kind of like back and forth on it because he swears it's going to be a fortune, like $30,000 to get it done.
Okay.
Yes, I have a wet, moldy basement. Can you help me? It's an old house, and for some reason we're getting water in now, and it's growing mold.
After the recent storms, had some water leaking in the back and basement, in the unfinished portion of the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got cracks, I can kind of see where the water's coming in. Kind of needs to be attended to, and I need somebody to come out, take a look, give me what the options are, give me some prices of what we can do in terms of correcting the situation.
Sure.
I need to see about getting somebody to come out and give me an estimate to waterproof my basement after all this rain.
I have some water that's been chronically wet in one area in my basement, and I'd like someone to take a look at.
Every time it rains, our basement is leaking.
Is it the walls, the floor,
We're both.
Okay, so multiple areas?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Kim. I need to have an estimate for my basement. We have some cracks in the foundation wall, and we got water in the basement the other day. It's seeped up through the floor, and it's a finished basement. So we need to get somebody over here and see how much all this is going to
Hey, Tracy, I was hoping somebody could come out. I have a wet, old corner in my basement, and I need some waterproofing done.
When I first bought the property, there was about 2 feet of water in the basement. And then we got a sump pump, and it's working to keep it cleaned out. But, yeah, there's cracks in the wall and water, I think, coming up underneath. So we'll need some kind of drain put in or some dig around the outside, whatever. I don't know.
It's musty on the main floor of the house, and I've got a crawl space, and so I just wanted to evaluate, if there is any water down there. I don't think there's any standing water. I think it's just needs a vapor barrier probably.
I have a hot, humid, sweaty crawl space.
the basement floor near the foundation wall, the exterior wall, it's a little damp. I also recently noticed a small crack. There's no water or anything coming through the crack, but it's something I hadn't noticed before in that same wall.
I need somebody to give me a price on getting some sealing done on my basement wall.
So it must have come through the cinder block wall, and it's a finished basement. And I could see like a little bit of moisture like behind the drywall that's there. I can see like one of the 2x4s at the very bottom of the wall that sits on the ground, and the 2x4 was damp last night.
There's a moisture problem in the crawl space that I have. There's a place where water collects, and there's some mold on the, I guess, the joists or the beams that are down there.
When there's enough rain, tons and gallons of water come into my basement. And I think it is because the foundation is cracked and it is coming in my house.
And I don't know what is going on with my basement / foundation.
It's like an old cinder, basement.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like concrete walls or block walls. It's like the type of cinder that when you rub it, it starts to break down a little bit. And I'm just noticing that moisture and water starting to get into it.
Mm-hmm. And I guess they've had an issue with dampness in the basement, water in the basement.
Issue with dampness?
Yeah, and it's like 20 by 22 size basement.
20 by 22.
I was just wondering if I could, set up an appointment to have someone come out and let us know what we need to do to fix our water problem.
I had water damage to my basement, and I could see where it was coming through the crawl space and the foundation walls.
I was calling to see if we could get somebody to come out here and give us an estimate on waterproofing our basements. We have 128 townhomes.
And I seem to have developed some sort of a leak into my basement. I assume it's a crack in the foundation somewhere.